friends, hi family. I hope you're having a great day. I'm energetic even at this time of night because usually it used to be my colicky period and I really have started to move a little bit more at this time of day before I go home to my family. So yesterday we talked in the bathroom, and yes, the bathroom's an unusual place, but the reason I'm here is it's a great opportunity for you actually to move on break times. Think about what you do on break times. How can you move enough to get blood flowing again so that it will increase your productivity and energy at the end of the day? Because the bathroom is a perfect training ground. Even a few minutes, take 4 bathroom times a day. And if you go in and maybe squat 10 times each time, that's 40 squats in a day. Now, you don't have to do that every day. We want you to be smart and balance your movement. Or finding movements that actually just show the opposite of what you're doing at work. There's an idea. Well, there's another movement I want to show you today, and it's called the hip hinge. And I love the hip hinge because the hip hinge, honestly, it is just like the queen. These hips right here are the queen of movement, and there's my hip hinge. You know, we kind of have to envision and think and move with the spine in a sparing way. And I kind of move on my hip hinge as if I'm thinking like a teeter-totter, and that movement up and back and forth like that, and keeping the spine extended. So if I just stay right here, that's a glorious move. I can always use the sink right here for support. And I put a pull down my head. The pull's going to go out here, out of my head and out of my tailbone. And I mix that with breath. It's delightful. I do some here, but let's just look at the hip hinge. You know what? Often if we would just perform this little move with a straight back, and think of it in our culture, we hip hinge a lot just to eat or just to cook or to bend down to kiss our children goodnight. Those kinds of things, we do it a lot. So why not do it with a great deal of integrity, connecting the core, connecting the breath? Because often, and I have a slinky right here, one of the things that we see commonly in our culture is this. Now, if you envision this as a spine and it's hip hinging, those hips are moving, most of us actually kind of like maybe hip hinge, maybe squat, but maybe bend too. So we got to be careful of that because it's this kind of a movement. I've seen, people go, bend, bend, bend. And they think that because maybe they're picking up a small item, that's okay. But years and years of bending after sitting for long periods of time is going to play havoc with your back. So think of a way, maybe a simple change that you could actually make that would make you feel better at the end of the day. Maybe give you a little bit more strength, maybe a little bit more flexibility, makes you feel better and more energetic for the evening. That's what movement can do at break time. So why is hip hinging so important? Because you have to hip hinge before you squat. I hope you notice you didn't. I'll turn like this. I actually hip hinged and then squatted to pick up that particular slinky of mine. Now this sink is a great opportunity for you to practice hip hinging and practice hip hinge squats. One other important part about a hip hinge squat, or just a squat, starting with a hip hinge, is that keep your heart high. Keep your heart light. In other words, we don't want to move and bend so far forward that that just really plays havoc. So we want to hip hinge slightly, not to a great degree. We want to keep our heart high to the sky. So it kind of looks like this. Remember, breath, core connection, all of that matters greatly. So we're going to Take a deep inhale to prepare, expand here. As we exhale, we will connect slightly, hip hinge and squat. We'll inhale, pause, exhale, connect here, push through the earth and rise. So it's kind of a gradual movement. Inhale, we can also do it this way. That was the modified way in 2 breaths. We inhale. Let me start again. We inhale. And we exhale. Push through the earth. So being mindful, that's an important part of this bathroom bandit routine. Hey, there's a lot of things you can do in the bathroom because there's stable sinks and countertops to help you move at break time, just to promote more productivity and more energy. So think about it, and we'll see you tomorrow in probably one more bathroom. Bye.